Hello friends and family, it is me again, Nathaniel for Thursdays, on a cure for your post-Potter depression, and here are my 5 Potter points. Point number 1. This dueling club is really the first we've seen of real wand magic. We saw the chambers and whatever in, the last book, the Sorcerer's Stone, when Harry was going to retrieve the Sorcerer's Stone, of course. But even with Ron, Harry, and Hermione going to Hogwarts, which is, of course, a school where you learn magic, we hear shockingly little of their actual magical academic endeavors. I know I made a point last week about Ron using the slug-spewing spell, but I guess I hadn't really considered until this dueling club that they have to be learning spells. In one sense or another, they are learning how to cast spells, they are learning magic. Another thing I found interesting in the chapter with the dueling club is the introduction to the spell Expelliarmus, the disarming charm, which, if anyone has read further on, they of course know that it sort of becomes Harry's signature move. He uses it all the time. I guess all this to say, welcome to the world where wands are actually used, and it's not just a bunch of talk and Harry running around trying to figure things out. Point number 2. Isn't Polyjuice Potion crazy? Imagine for a second that you take a swig of something. For my purposes, I'm going to use Gatorade, which Amanda knows I love Gatorade. So I'm going to take a swig of my Polyjuice Potion and see what happens.
Whoa.
That, of course, for those of you who don't know, is my other little sister, Alyssa. But all joking aside, you take one sip of this stuff and you have a completely different body. Harry talks about having to change clothes and he takes his glasses off. If you could do that all the time, you could be whoever you wanted. You never had to be the same. You could always change what you looked like, I guess. Which could be a nightmare for some and a blessing for others. Point number 3. Harry Potter versus Draco Malfoy. The enmity of the century. I never really realized why they don't like each other. I mean, I guess they do. Malfoy's a little prejudiced bigot, but besides that, they actually seem to be very much alike to me. They both very self-righteous. Of course, in completely different respects. One is Gryffindor, one is Slytherin, but you get what I mean. I guess it's that thing that opposites attract and the same thing repels each other. You don't want to see your own traits in somebody else who you can't stand. But it's one of those things that I almost wonder if they know why they're enemies. It's from the very beginning sort of like this written law. You hate each other, you're never going to like each other, get over it. From the peek we have into Malfoy's real life down in the Slytherin common room, we see that all of that nastiness isn't really an act, it's who he is, sadly. So, however irritating their enmity is, some of their encounters are pretty funny, like Malfoy yelling at Harry as they're flying on the Quidditch brooms if he's practicing for the ballet. Point number 4. I was kind of touching on this before when I was talking about Malfoy's prejudice, and as we're looking through this, we realize that he got that from Lucius, his father. That sort of prejudice isn't something at that young of an age that you learn by yourself. It's not something that you're like, oh, all of these people who don't have pure blood, I'm immediately going to hate them and have some valid reason for it. He got it all from his father. I think we can all agree that, well, if I was to put it in Harry Potter terms, Lucius Malfoy is a right foul git. But where did he get that from? Where did he get his prejudice from? I wonder if it's a family sort of thing, if something bad happened back up at the family line and this prejudice, this bigotry is passed down through the whole family. That would be awful. Point 5. Parseltongue. The ability to talk to snakes. Now, this is the one magical power I find particularly off-putting. Now, imagine with me, if you will, you have a dog. You can talk to your dog. You probably talk to your dog every day. Now, imagine he talks back. It makes me wonder if there are other languages, if there is a cat language, if there is a fish language, or anything else. I wonder if Godric Gryffindor, could he speak feline? Or Ravenclaw speak bird? Whatever. It's weird. I don't like it. It makes me ask the logical question, since we have Professor Alex in our midst, whether there is any talk, any other place about being able to talk to other animals other than snakes, or if Parseltongue is completely something Rowling came up with. Well, that is all I have for today. Before I go, I have a little proposition to make to the rest of you in the club. I think that we should have a name. Yeah. We're sort of like this ambiguous blob of people discussing Harry Potter. We should form and make a name for our club, something catchy. If you have any ideas, leave them in the comments for other viewers. Otherwise, I will see you all next Thursday. Talk to you later. Bye!